it's Catherine from CatherinePooler.com. If this is your first video with me, be sure to head over to CatherinePooler.com so you can get on my newsletter list. You'll get weekly project ideas that I don't share with just anybody. This video today is going to show you how to make a really fun shaker card. I'm excited to be doing the blog hop with Pretty Pink Posh. So maybe at the stamp table we'll get started. When planning out my shaker card, the first thing I did was decide to use these two little martini glasses. I think they're adorable, and I chose a pink and purple color palette for them. The color palette came to me because I wanted to do pink or red on the hearts, and I wanted a really light color for the yummy liquid inside. So I went with the lightest Copic marker that I had, which was the V000, and then I went from there. And my pinks are a little bit of a hot pink, and so I chose this designer paper, which is the hottest looking pink that I have. It's actually Melon Mambo by Stampin' Up, and it's these little tiny a little tiny triangle pattern. And I have my sequins from Pretty Pink Posh. I also thought this Love You from Simon Says stamp would be really fun, and I want it to be shaded, so I'm going to use my Copic markers to do that. I'm going to start by laying down my really light color, and then I'm going to go darker and darker. Now I'll go into my pinks, RV02. RV04. That is such a hot pink, holy cow! And actually, I think that's probably going to be it. I don't think this will end up showing up, but I'll lay down a little bit of color here in case I decide to use the darker pink when I actually end up cutting this out. I don't know if I'm going to go a little more toward the purple side or a little more toward the pink side. Or maybe I can lay this out somehow so I get it all. We'll pull in the Big Shot and run that through. I am going to try to get some of that darker pink in there. Now these little dies sometimes can be a little bit tricky to get the paper out. So just turn it over and poke something through. There we go. That looks really pretty. And this is Spectrum Noir paper. I have several different types of paper that I use my Copics on, and I think the Spectrum Noir is my favorite. There we go. Oh, that looks awesome! I love that. So I'm using the Stampin' Up! Heart framelits, and we'll cut right out of the front of the patterned paper. I don't have a purple colored cardstock of the shade that I would like, so I'm just going to take one of my Copic markers and color around the border of this white piece of cardstock. This will make a nice colored border, coordinating perfectly. So you can see when that lays on top, I've got that border all the way around. When you're making a shaker card, you need a window, so I've cut out a little piece of window sheet and I'm just going to adhere it to my patterned paper. Next, I need to add some dimensionals around here because if I just adhere it flat, the sequins that I add inside are not going to have anywhere to move. They're going to be trapped inside there. So this is when I tell you all to keep the edges of your dimensionals because it works great for shaker cards. You can just take this and scoot it around the outside of the image or your window. Make sure there are no gaps. You don't want anywhere for those sequins to escape from. I also want to know where this heart is going to go. So I'm just going to do like a light pencil mark around the outside and know that I need to keep my sequins inside there. I have lots of fabulous sequins here. I have some little silver hearts, some little clear sparkly ones. Whoops, that's a bit too many. And some pink and purple. I am going to adhere a couple of them down, and this will help them not all sink down to the bottom. I want to add just a couple more dimensionals to my layer so that it doesn't lay flat on the bottom. I added dimensionals to the back of my glasses, and then we'll take this silver brushed cardstock circle that I cut out with my Big Shot and add it. Well, I'm not going to add that yet. I think this heart needs some more definition, so I'm just taking my marker. I think I want dotted lines, and that's why I hadn't glued this on yet, because I wanted to try a straight line and just see, or a solid line, and see if it worked. And I'm thinking that I'd rather have a dashed line. So now I can cover up the solid line with my circle. And then I'll add my circle right to the bottom of the heart. And I'm going to add a little bit of Crystal Effects. And when that dries, it will give it a really cool glossy effect, kind of like glass. Now that we're all done, it ended up being a fairly clean and simple card with some fun little embellishments and techniques. Hope you guys enjoyed the process. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on YouTube so you're always updated when I have a new video out. And if you like videos like this, hop over to my blog for more, and also check out Becoming a Stamp Nation member, where we have hundreds of video tutorials exclusive to the site waiting to inspire and teach you more about rubber stamping. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and happy stamping.